Okay, guys, we're going to try and do part two of the Mike Stone interview. I'm a bit poorly, you know that. My voice is gone, but I'm going to rewind it a little bit because I think the last, really, let's go back to about 30 minutes. 31. I think it's really important that we hear it all again because I think it really does show just how disgusting Mike Stone and Priscilla were, how ungrateful, no, I don't know if that's the right word, how cruel they were to their Mike Stone, to his kids and his wife, who might have been pregnant at the time. Priscilla, secretly, her secret lover, Mike Stone, behind Elvis's back for a year, behind Francis Stone's back for a year, bearing in mind she befriended Mike Stone. Francis Stone. Priscilla made friends with Mike Stone's wife. She was pregnant, had a small baby, a small girl called Shelley, I think her name was. I just think the behavior of these two adults is absolutely disgusting. Priscilla and Mike Stone. And Mike Stone tries to make excuses for it. He even tells us to shut up if we have opinions and if we don't agree. He says all men put in the same situation as all married men in the same situation would have been unfaithful. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. He has no sense of loyalty in a marriage. I've got 5 kids. I'm married to my wife. I would never be unfaithful. Never, no matter what. He says everyone would. He tries to make excuses for it. It's absolutely disgusting. Let's listen to it, guys.
Not substitute or another person's mother.
Yes.
Can't be substituted, and don't even try. You got to be.
So he's talking about Lisa Marie, and let me just go back a little bit more. Let's hear what it says about Lisa Marie, and let's keep going.
Screen went blank. Maybe.
No, I can see you well. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine, Shirley.
There were many negative things said about me, and for those I accept because for the most part it's the truth. So they said I left my wife for her. Yes, that's somewhat true, but that was already
Not somewhat, it happened.
ending when she actually even before she even came down.
I don't believe it was already ending. He's just said it was already ending. It wasn't, guys, because she was pregnant, or at the very least, they had a small girl, and the baby had already been born. Just because he was going away weekends doesn't mean the relationship was over. It's disgusting. When you marry someone and you have children, you make a commitment. You don't jump ship because you're going through a bad patch. There is no excuse for leaving his wife and his children. None.
We're already talking about being separated. So people don't know that, but it doesn't matter.
Shame on him. Shame on him. I reckon he's making an excuse anyway.
Still, it looks bad, and it is bad because I had 2 young children. So that I
It's not bad. It's disgusting. And I think one of them was a newborn.
never liked. But the thing I liked about being with her and Lisa was the same age as my oldest daughter. In fact, my oldest daughter is about 4 months older than
So he tries to make it okay now, but it ain't okay.
Lisa. So the time that I spent with Lisa and not with my own children, I really appreciated that opportunity to be with that age or a girl that age. And I never tried to be her father. I may be a dog as a man,
Yeah, he definitely is.
but when it comes to another man's child, you cannot substitute, or another person's mother
Yes.
can't be substituted. And don't.
Well, I don't agree with that. I think there's circumstances. If you're adopted, yeah, come on, I know people that are very, very close to a stepfather. It depends what the circumstances are, or a stepmother. It depends what the circumstances are.
Even try. You got to be really not very bright at all to try to take the place of someone. It cannot be done.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I get the point, but I don't agree because I know people in adopted families with step parents that are very, very happy. In fact, Priscilla was one of them. Priscilla absolutely loved and adored her stepfather. Yeah. So no, I don't agree with that.
So the best you can be is do the best that you can for yourself. Just be honorable, respectful, treat them with dignity. And I've always done that with Lisa, always. So Lisa and I had a
Always done it with Lisa. You mean the brief time you were there? Yeah, in the early 70s, when Lisa was forced to live with Mike Stone, a complete stranger, a 4-year-old girl forced to live with a complete stranger just because her mother, Priscilla, wanted a lover, a secret lover.
very good relationships. There's a lot of times when we went walking, if we go to the park or we go to an amusement park or something like that, she would always, when I'm walking, she would always walk up to me and grab my hand while we're walking. And I would do it on purpose, that I would walk ahead of her to see if she would catch up, to me and hold my hand, because she wanted, security and to have to walk with somebody. So a lot of those little things were very important. I remember one time, this is a really funny story. We're having some, Lisa was going through some tough times, because every time Lisa would go to Memphis and she would come back, she would be very tired, and tired because Elvis would be up all times of the day. But I mean, at night he's up. So when he's
Yeah, don't forget Elvis had to live at night. If he went anywhere in the day, he was bombarded. He was chased down the road.
up, Lisa's up. So she doesn't have a chance to sleep. So every time she comes home from the weekend or something with Elvis, she looks horrible. She had bags under her eyes and she looks terrible. So, but when she comes back, all she's thinking about is her father. So, 1 second.
I don't even believe that bit. I don't even believe the kids at 4 years old get bags under their eyes.
Are there people in the waiting room want to ask questions?
Not ask questions, join the podcast.
To join the podcast.
No.
So this is a private conversation.
No, there's people watching.
Yeah, there's people in the waiting room, Donna.
No, not here. There's not.
Oh, okay. Well, it's all right.
Yeah. So whenever Lisa came back, she was always tired and everything, and the fact that she was with her father made it that she had the run of the house in Nashville.
Right. Yes.
So when she came back, she still thought she had the run of the house. But Priscilla was a good mother, because she really did try to keep her in line, discipline her and everything. Keep.
It's funny because he says Priscilla's a good mother, and then he says she sent her to Europe for Scientology for school.
Keep her down to earth, because when she went there and she came back, she knew that she could get away with anything. So when she came back, she would always come home with a slight attitude, and we have to make a slight adjustment. So the adjustment was one night, we're getting ready for dinner, and Priscilla asked Lisa to join, and she says no, because she was in the room listening to Elvis's records on her little phonograph. So she was on the floor sitting down.
See, I love that.
Listening to his records.
I love that. She's at home listening to Dad's records.
So Priscilla went in and said, Lisa, we'll have dinner in a few minutes, just wash up and everything before you come to dinner. And she goes, no, I'm not going. She said, what? She says, I'm not going, I'm not hungry. And she goes, no, never mind, we're just going to sit down together. And
I just love this thought of little Lisa Marie, 4, 5, 6, 7. She wants to listen to Dad, Elvis. Love it.
she goes, no, I don't want
And she's refusing to go for dinner. Love it. Well done, Lisa.
to. I just want to listen to records. So she said, oh, okay.
I just want to listen to Dad.
So now she comes to the kitchen and she goes, Mike, can you do me a favor? I said, what is it? She said, Lisa won't come to dinner. So can you go and ask her? I said, well, I don't think I'm the person to ask her. And she goes, no, just, maybe just from a male authority figure type thing, just invite her. So I said, okay. So I went back to the room and she was in. I said, hi, Lisa, how you doing? Good. I said, oh, what do you listen to? My dad? I said, oh, fantastic. He sings really nice. Yes, my dad is the best. I said, yes, he is.
See, I love this. I absolutely love this. Oh, Lisa, we miss you so much.
But listen, do you think we can take just a short break so we can go to dinner, then you can come back and
It's
listen
too
to that?
cold
And
out
she says
there.
to me, you're not my father. I said, yes, I
You're not my father. Go, Lisa Marie.
know that, Lisa. I can never be your father. I can never be that handsome. I can never be that talented. For sure, I'm not your dad.
So true.
But maybe just join us. Not for me. Join us for your mother. And once I said that, she said, okay. So now and we went to dinner. So
That's because she's a nice girl. She's a nice girl.
that was a very thing. So before we went, she said this. She said, you're not my dad. I said, I know I'm not. And I said, but can you come to dinner? She says, no. And if I'm not going to do it. I said, okay. I tell you what, you have your dad's number? And she goes, yes. I said, let me call your dad. Why? No, let me call your dad. And I don't think your dad would appreciate that you're doing this to your mother. You're misbehaving and you're not listening to your mom.
See, I don't like this. I don't like this.
If you have your dad's number, give it to me. I'll call him right now. Okay, Mickey. Okay, I'll come in now. And she put away the recorder and she got up to join us.
What do you think, guys? Is that okay? That ain't okay, is it?
A little child psychology.
Yeah, it just shows.
See, he loves it. He's happy with himself. He's like, oh yeah. No, it was bloody cruel.
It shows the humanity
She's dragged away from listening to her father's music.
of her, because when you think of Lisa Marie, you don't think of her as just an everyday little girl.
Oh, absolutely. And that was so special during that time.
Yes.
That's why I feel so blessed. Because after that time, from the time of Elvis's death, I think was a major shift in her overall attitude on life. I think everything changed. So I wasn't there at the time. When she left, she was, I think, maybe 6 or 7. But by the time she was 9, when the time Elvis died, I think Priscilla had sent her to a school in Europe, sent her to a private school, then to Scientology.
Which is disgusting.
So even as I was hearing this, I was thinking, nah, maybe that's not the best choice that I would make. But who am I to say?
It's the first good thing he said in this whole interview.
Yeah.
But I could see there was a change, a shift. Also, there was a shift in Priscilla. I want people to appreciate and understand that the opportunity she had in her life, any woman, like any man, me being with Priscilla, any woman that would like to take Priscilla's place would jump in at a heartbeat. No question. Slavery or not, confinement or not.
Does he mean getting with Elvis? Is that what he means?
And she already knew that this is not what she wanted to be. Because apparently on their wedding night, she got pregnant. 9 months later, she had a child. So that means from just getting married, you're a mother, and now where are you going to go? Where are her ideas about herself being in Hollywood, being a model, being an actress? All of those ideas are now out the window. They're gone.
You see, that is the true Priscilla, what she really wanted.
So when people say, well, she's so stupid for giving up Elvis, she's so selfish. Time out here. Who are you to say? That means your life is over. If you're going to remain in that situation, no matter who he is, how handsome.
Why? Why is your life over if you live with Elvis in a mansion and you've got a child and you've got a family? Why is your life over? It's the beginning.
How wealthy, how famous. It's people can talk all they want, but unless you're in someone else's shoes, shut up.
Yeah.
Rude man. Rude man. Me and my wife, we had a child very quickly. We bought a home very quickly when we first met. I loved it. It was the happiest time of my life. It was the beginning of our life. I never didn't have a life.
Yes, that's right.
It's
I
not the
agree.
same.
Such a stupid thing to say.
So
was your relationship loving? Did you have a loving relationship? Come on,
well,
give us a bit.
let me answer it this way.
You're just
I
being
was-
so nice. I want some emotion, some nitty gritty. Let's get into this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, there was
Humble.
I had an opportunity to write a book
Mhm.
very long ago. And it was at Random House. And I actually went to Random House. I went to New York for 3 days with a literary agent, a friend of mine named Elliot, that is a literary agent for people who write scripts and stuff in Hollywood. So he took me there, and we had put together a 15-page outline of chapters for the book. So when we were talking with them, everything seemed okay, except one thing they asked me. This was in New York. They said, well, Mike, this is all great. You guys went vacationing in Hawaii. You guys went here and there. You guys did this, all these karate activities, some fancy places. But there's nothing in here about your sex life.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
Huh?
I
What is
didn't
it?
mean that. Sorry.
So
Okay,
I said, you think it's an accident? There's nothing in there. And he says, what do you mean? I said, I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
They
no,
said,
I
"Yeah,
didn't.
but you have to write something about that." So now the guy tells me, this is a deal breaker. If you don't write now, this is the honest truth. They offered me $500,000 to go away with a writer of my choice, which I already selected a guy that writes under a female name, to go away for 1 month anywhere in the world with him and just get a tape recorder and just start from beginning to end and have him write it. Now, this guy that I selected was a very, he wrote a novel called The Silver Slipper, and he writes under a female name,
Mhm.
but he's a writer from Texas. Anyway, he ended up dying, but I didn't do the deal. They said it's a deal breaker. So they said, well, think about it another day. We came back the next day. I said, no, I'm not going to write it. They said, you know what? You're giving up. In fact, the agent, Elliot, said, fight. to get $500,000 upfront against royalties, obviously, but to get that much money upfront, they really want this book, but they need this chapter. I said, then it's a deal breaker. So we walked away from the deal. So I was accused later on in our relationship. They said, Mike Stone has made nothing but money off of the Elvis's name. So I challenged, one time I was on a podcast and I said, okay, if everybody believes I've taken advantage of Elvis's name and that, oh yeah, he's done articles and this and that, I said, and even wrote books about Elvis. So at that time, there were quite a few books came out, obviously after Elvis's death and the divorce and everything.
I agree. In the past, I don't know about the books in the past, but this book, the new book, come on, guys, a picture of Elvis and Priscilla on their marriage, and it says Elvis after the divorce of the century. Then there's pictures of Mike Stone, Priscilla, and Lisa, and it says my time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. I know that he's talking about the past, but it doesn't matter because you cancel it out by doing it. You cancel it out by doing it. You do try to live off Elvis. There it goes. Look at the cover. Read your own cover. So stop waffling.
So when I was on the podcast, I said, okay, I challenge anyone to find any book that has ever been written.
Yeah, she's happy.
That I wrote the book that I benefit financially. Find me that book and I'll give you $10,000. And I made that honestly because I knew this.
Okay, fine. But you've done it, mate. You've done it. It's no good not making money and then suddenly you do. You're a hypocrite.
There's no such thing. I never wrote a book about our relationship, ever. And it took me that long to write this book. And this.
Oh, I wonder if there's any tabloid articles out there. I wonder. What do you reckon, guys? Are there any tabloid articles out there that Mike Stone sold concerning him and his romance with Priscilla Presley? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Send it me.
The book is not so much about our relationship as it is, I felt I was so blessed to have them at the best time of their life. Priscilla was so naturally beautiful. She didn't have to have makeup. I took several pictures of her without any makeup, and she's absolutely stunning.
Yes.
People would turn their heads just because she's a beautiful girl, not because they know who she is.
I agree. Used to be.
In fact, at the time that we were dating, many of the places we went, nobody recognized her as who she was because she never dressed up like she did for Elvis. She was just very natural and plain, no makeup, but absolutely stunning. People would look at her just because she's beautiful and wondering, what is she doing with this idiot? That's probably what they were saying.
No.
But yeah,
You were
Yeah, I agree.
quite good looking too, Mike, back in your day.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't think, I'll be honest, I don't think Mike Stone was ugly. I don't think that a big muscular man, he's not ugly, but he's no Elvis. He is no Elvis.
There are so many things that she didn't get credit for.
Yes.
At that time. And you have to realize that she was trying to discover herself as well.
Yeah.
The reason she got the divorce was to get away so she could be free to explore all possibilities for her life.
Correct. She didn't want to be a settled family woman with a child, married. She didn't want to be married. People keep saying, oh, Elvis didn't want to be married, wasn't ready for kids. Yeah, nor was Priscilla. Priscilla did not want to be married. She did not want to have kids. She did not want to settle down. She wanted fame and fortune. That is why they split up, guys. She wanted other men. That is why they split up. She wanted to be on TV, in the movies, a model. That is why they split up. It had nothing to do with anything else.
And even I was not naive enough to know when we first got together, we started talking, marriage was never a part of the equation at any time.
Yeah.
It was never something that was on the table at all. So I had no illusions of what the relationship, that it was going to end at some point. But I already knew from the very beginning that she was very down to earth, very humble, a wonderful, really a nice person. So
What about? She's a nice person, but she secretly dated Mike Stone for a year behind his wife's back, behind his wife's children's back, behind Lisa Marie's back, behind Elvis's back, and a couple of years earlier was secretly sleeping with the dance instructor months after Lisa Marie was born, behind Elvis's back, within a year of the marriage, and you call her a nice person. when she did free up her life, she sends Lisa Marie to Scientology, to Europe for Scientology. And she's a nice person. Is this real?
For that, I am so grateful. And then she did the best she could with Lisa. And what Lisa
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Her boyfriend, Michael Edwards, abused her, allegedly abused her, and he admitted it. No, she didn't. Mike Stone, do some research. Priscilla's boyfriend abused Lisa Marie when she was a child. It's all here, black and white. He admitted it. She put it in her own book. Lisa put it in her own book. She also said it on the Howard Stern show. Everything I say is alleged for entertainment purposes. We are a discussion YouTube channel, just sharing opinions, not facts. We are a discussion channel on YouTube for entertainment purposes. But come on, don't tell me she was a good person. That's rubbish.
had to deal with. So, no, it was an absolutely incredible situation. But I don't think anybody can really appreciate the things that she had to go through. Now, even when we were there, we pretty much hid from everybody. So
Yeah, poor Priscilla, she had to live in a mansion and have anything she could think of.
Yeah, well, we kind of did it naturally.
This is
So I
nearly
think
finished.
the
I'm
color
going
is
to
going off
start
on this
cooking
side.
in about.
So
No.
I think we did it
What do you reckon?
naturally
About
because where I
20
live
minutes?
in Orange County, California, we were already 70 or 80 miles from Hollywood. And where my school was, my business, my friends. So actually, Priscilla, I give her a lot of credit because she had to now adapt to my lifestyle.
Right.
Because in a sense, she was living with my environment.
Mhm.
Now, she didn't have any friends of her own other than the wives of the people that belonged to Elvis. So she didn't have any close friends of her own. So all of my friends became her friends. And she was such a lovely person that she made friends very easily. And they really liked and enjoyed her. So she got along with everybody. Like I said, even as a student, she never had any pretense about who she was or about her skills and ability. She went in and she worked as hard as anybody. In fact, harder, because I think she wanted to prove that she was normal. So I give her credit for that. So the initial stages of our relationship was all done in Orange County. So we were not involved in the Hollywood crowd. And she was just getting started. So after that, about a year into that, we were exposed to people. Now she decided to test the surrounding areas. And Elvis wanted to make sure that Lisa had a gated home, so for her security. So of course we had to live up in Beverly Hills. So now I had to change my lifestyle.
Right.
We had to be going from just a karate guy that's doing this and this. When we moved to Beverly Hills, I had to be the odd man out because now she opened up a clothing shop with Olivia Biz, who was her partner in Biz and Bo, which was a boutique shop that she made on Robertson Boulevard. So my life changed. Well, when my life changed, coming from Hawaii, a very
And we do have the book, guys. We have the book. One day I'll read some of it.
simple lifestyle. I mean, it was horrible. I did not like that environment at all.
Right.
So when she started to get out and when people realized that, okay, she's been out for a year, everybody knows she's Elvis's wife, she's on her own. So now some of the people that wanted to get with her had an opportunity to offer her things, make movies, do commercials and everything, which is what she wanted. So now the more she started to do that, the more
Which is what she wanted. Remember, movies, commercials.
alienated I felt, and I felt out of place because I didn't like to think about, oh, you give me your number, I'll give you mine. Yeah, let's lunch together. That's all garbage. That's nonsense. And I didn't like that. I don't like people that are not sincere. So I was now caught in a world that she had to get into to do what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was
Okay.
in a world that I didn't like at all.
I get that. I understand that.
So
Yeah.
I knew that it's our relationship. It's time. The time is going to run its course. And I'm glad it did it in the way it did, very naturally, no angry, never. We never fought once. I'm not joking. Never argued about any.
I think he was besotted with her. I think he still loves her. Honestly, Mike Stone, I think you still love Priscilla. I think you are still in love with that beautiful girl in her early 30s, late 20s, whatever it was. You're still in love with her, mate. You're smitten for her.
Anything. So a lot of people just can't understand it. But my lifestyle and upbringing, I'm free.
She had you under the thumb, Mike Stone. She had you under the thumb, and when she got used of you, when she had her use, she spat you out. She spat you out when you became useless and in the way. She dumped on you, and got on with her life.
I've always been free. I've always had that Hawaiian attitude and that mentality of freedom. So I was never going to be tied down that way. So as she started to get exposure and started to be out more with people, then she would come back and say, "Oh, you know, somebody invited me to this cocktail party at this thing. So can we go to it tonight?" And I said, "Well, maybe not. You go ahead by yourself." So slowly, just by refusing to go out, I kept pushing myself out of the opportunities to do that, because she knew also who I was like.
She was going off him.
Like we went to Hawaii 3 or 4 times in
He wanted to bonk other women.
our relationship, and the times we went,
As he said, he's a dog.
was all Hawaiian things. It was not elite hotels, not everything was, she had to take off her slipper coming to the house of my friend. The funniest thing about her was one time she tried to cook dinner for me in
So she's cooked once for Elvis and once for Mike Stone. Let's hear it.
Marina Del Rey. And she was so proud about what she wanted to do to cook dinner for me one night. So we're at Marina Del Rey. And she said, "Oh, I'm going to cook something
Oh, is it going to be spaghetti? Please don't tell me it's spaghetti.
special for us." I said, "Oh, great. Okay." She said, "But don't come into the kitchen." I said, "All right." So I kind of stayed away and watched TV or something. And then all of a sudden I said, smell like something's burning. So I started to see smoke in the kitchen. And I went like, "Oh."
Guys, it's no, it can't be that easy. So she has this story that she tells everyone about cooking lasagna, spaghetti, meatballs, whatever it is. Please don't tell me it's the same story. Please don't tell me she's confused her story with Elvis and with Mike Stone and she's got them the wrong way round. Please don't. Let's hear it.
Holy crap. I said, "Hey, everything okay in there?" And she goes, "Don't come in here." I said, "What's wrong?" "The rice is burned." "What, you cooking rice?" The thing that was funny is she got this Uncle Ben's rice, put it in a rice cooker, but didn't put any water.
Oh, no.
She ended up making like popcorn out of the rice grain, and it was burning and smell. And she started crying. And, "Oh, I feel so." I said, "No, it's okay. I didn't know I had to put water." I said, "Was that that's the first time she ever tried to cook?" So I felt,
Oh.
but that was
Second time. The first time was meatballs and lasagna and spaghetti.
that was special.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Mike, we've got a question here. I'd love to know whether Elvis was ever jealous of Priscilla's relationship with Mike.
If you consider that he put a contract on my life for $10,000, then I think he was a bit upset. Yeah.
He didn't mean it, and you know it. And he didn't put a contract, did he? He didn't actually pay someone. He didn't actually give someone money. Go, here's £10,000 and do a contract. Shut up. He just got angry and was saying it.
So what happened with that? What?
I'm still alive.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
82.
He didn't mean it. He'd lost his temper. He found out his wife was bonking you. What are you talking about? He never put a contract out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I answer that correctly? No, what do you mean? What happened? I'm good.
Yeah, well, what happened? Why? What did he do? What sort of? Who did he ask?
He blamed me for the breakup.
Yes.
Now, of course, if I were Elvis, I'd blame the other guy also. First of
Yes.
all, I'm better looking than he is. I am far more wealthier than he is. I'm
Yes.
definitely more famous than he is. So just by those 3 categories, of course, he's not a martial arts champion like I was. So just with those 3 categories, I have to just submit, like, yes, you're the king. Nope, I have no issue with that. But apparently his pride, if you want to call it that, could not take that this karate instructor stole my wife. First of all,
Yeah, but hang on, any man would feel this way.
it is impossible to steal another human being.
Oh, here we go. He's going to waffle now. This is such bullshit. I've heard him say this 6 times, 6 different interviews.
Now,
Yes.
people actually talk like this, but we know how people think.
It's bullshit.
Some people are not very aware.
Yeah, we're all stupid because we don't agree with you.
You cannot steal another human being. It is impossible. I was never charged for kidnapping Priscilla. I never saw it anywhere. Didn't go to jail. So I think that was not true. I did not steal her. She came willingly. In fact, now if I say she
I do agree she chatted him up because she's a slapper.
pursued me, everybody would
She chatted him up because she's a slapper.
think this guy's out of his mind. But she made all of the advances to get to that position that she was. Now, the question I had initially was, why me? The question was, of all of the men on earth, other than Elvis, why me? Well, I found the answer to several people, and just through reason. Elvis was an absolute karate nut. He loved martial arts. probably next, if he had a choice, maybe he would want to be a karate champion someday. That was his
I think I agree with that.
aim. Karate was his big thing. Ed Parker, who
Or to do with the church, to do with his religious beliefs.
I knew very well from Hawaii, Ed Parker was his instructor. So all he ever heard from the time he went to Hawaii and saw me fight, and he was there to watch me fight. Apparently, Priscilla tells me later, when they went back to the hotel all night long until early morning, all he could talk about was Mike Stone. All he said was, wow, Ed Parker was right. This guy is
Okay, he was a highly respected champion. Mike Stone, I heard he won 46 medals. Fair enough. I'll give him credit for that, credit where credit's due. But the way you treated your family is disgusting. So anything good said about Mike Stone, I don't care. You trashed your own family. You betrayed your wife, your children. You're a disgusting man that wanted to shag someone else's wife. That is what you are.
unbelievable. This guy is courageous. He's an animal. He's aggressive.
And I'm not even talking about Priscilla's behavior.
So now he's hearing this for several years. And by the time he hears, I'm the guy, oh my
Yes.
God. So he would never admit or take responsibility that, well, maybe I made some negative choices in my relationship with Priscilla that caused me to.
Some negative choices. You broke up your family. You shagged behind your wife's back and you had 2 children. This isn't some negative choices. It's disgusting what you did. It's disgusting what Priscilla did as well. She was secretly seeing you for a year. She had a 4-year-old girl. She was married to Elvis. The pair of you were disgusting. She befriended your wife for a year and she shagged you whilst you were married and she was friends with your wife. It's disgusting.
Push her away. Could be, because it works both ways.
Yes.
And you both have to agree. So yeah, so it was, yeah, he was upset, but and there was a book, I think somebody wrote the book that was written by the Bodyguards was Elvis, What Happened. It was when they were all being fired for the final time, when they all knew that he would not.
A total betrayal by Dave Hebler, Red West, and Sonny West. They backstabbed Elvis.
Accept him back anymore.
Yeah.
Is when they now went and printed this book called Elvis, What Happened, and now they spilled the beans about drug, womanizing. They spilled everything, all the beans. So they were.
What about spill the beans about themselves? Their womanizing, their drug taking.
I think Red West, Sonny West,
Dave Hebler.
and Dave Hebler. Those 3 guys wrote the book, and that.
Dave Hebler's still alive, and he gets his ass kissed by the Spar guy and Trey. He gets his ass kissed by Spar guy and Trey at the Tiger Man Dojo. Why? Why? You create this beautiful museum. Tiger Man Dojo is brilliant. It's amazing. And then Spar guy and Trey kiss Dave Hebler's ass, give him money to interview him and say it's because it's part of history. Because it's part of history, we're going to kiss Dave Hebler's ass who betrayed Elvis. How ridiculous is that? Shame on you, Spar guy and Trey. Shame on you. And you're supposed to be Elvis fans. So now you can trash Elvis, kiss Elvis trashers' asses in the name of history. I repeat, Spar guy and Trey, you think it's okay to kiss the people's asses that trash Elvis for money in the name of history. Shame on you.
There was a book that really was negative about Elvis's lifestyle and his temper and a lot of the negative things, drug addiction and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
It was a disgusting book.
it was something that obviously no man wants to admit that it's their fault their wife leaves them. So I can understand that, absolutely.
She betrayed him in 68, months after Lisa Marie was born. Don't blame everything on Elvis. I know Elvis was not innocent. He made mistakes. Yeah, he was also unfaithful. But come on, Priscilla was being unfaithful in 1968, many years before they divorced. So don't blame it all on Elvis. Blame some of it on Priscilla. She also was unfaithful, shagging behind her own daughter's back. She had a baby and she was bonking Steve Peck, the dance instructor.
Yeah, there's Sorry, I'm just trying to find, because I do have up here for you the website. Oh, I've put your website up. So there's Mike's website.
There
I
you go.
did also have
Yeah.
for the book.
Jim.
Here.
Oh yeah, good
Can't
luck.
find it. Well, is it on your website, Mike? The book
Yes,
as
it
well?
is. But if they go to Amazon
So there
Books,
used to be
I think
Yes.
I have
a
4 or
manager
5
called Paul
books. So if
Sharalambos.
you
He
just go
might still
under
be
the
there.
author, I think they
Yeah.
will list
I know him really
the
well.
different books that are available on
I'm
Amazon.
friends with his wife.
I don't know why it's not showing it. I've got
His wife-
3
his wife,
links here, but
You
it
know
won't
someone
show
called Carrie?
that
Carrie
one.
who?
Strange.
Carrie.
She's the one that messaged
Sorry,
me about
Mike.
it.
The
So
universe
might be
is
his
working
daughter.
against us today.
It is, because
Depends
it
what her
didn't
last
stream to
name is.
Rumble either. It said,
Yeah.
someone said in the comments.
D-
Well, is there anything you'd like to
Yeah,
say to
don't-
finish this
don't tell
up?
them
Because
this.
we're nearly out of time.
Yeah.
Is there any special you'd
I,
like to say?
I just appreciate the opportunity. This happened so long ago. It's not even relevant in today's conversation on life. But I think the common denominator we all have as human beings is we all have relationships with people, and we have to accept responsibility for us being part of a relationship. So there's only 3 things happen to us in life. We're going to make choices. There's going to be results and outcomes from those choices. You're going to have experiences.
He's waffling.
And the most important thing is you're going to have relationships. And what you do in all of your relationships is
Yeah,
everything that
teenagers,
happens.
Careful.
There's no bad things that happen, because everything that you consider bad or negative is just another way of allowing you to look at an aspect of yourself that you maybe were not willing to look at honestly.
He's waffling. I'm not even going to let him have his little speech. I'm not letting you have your bullshit speech at the end of that. Shame on you. Shame on Priscilla Presley. I feel sorry for your ex-wife and your children. Shame on you. Disgusting. I feel sorry for poor Lisa Marie, that she was forced to live with you. And you admit no wrongdoing. No wrongdoing. You take no responsibility for what you did to your family. And Priscilla takes no responsibility for how she treated her own family and for how she treated her daughter, Lisa Marie. Priscilla has never said sorry. Never. She has never shown regret, ever. I have never heard Priscilla go, I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have sent my daughter to Scientology. I shouldn't have been unfaithful. She has never said sorry, and she never will. Even with this new book, Softly as I Lied to You, she has never said sorry, ever. None of this book apologizes. All she's interested in, making more money, selling more books, being famous, being in the spotlight, traveling around the world. Nothing has changed. The Priscilla that left Elvis way back in 1971, that wanted fame, fortune, to be a model, to be an actress, to travel, other men in 1971, is the same now in 2025. In 2025, nothing has changed other than her poor daughter is dead. Her poor daughter is dead and lived a very, very difficult life at the hands of a terrible mother, a mother that was supposed to keep her safe, to protect Lisa, and she did not. Priscilla did not keep Lisa safe. She did not protect her. Her boyfriend abused Lisa. Priscilla's boyfriend abused Lisa, allegedly. I'm disgusted by all of it. All of it. I know Elvis was no angel. I get it. But this relationship and the circumstances around it are disgusting. And you make excuses to make it okay. And then you think you can spend the last 5 minutes of this program lecturing us about how to be a good human being. Bullshit. I won't give you that right. Shame on you. Shame on you. One day you'll have to face your maker, and we'll see what happens. Okay, guys, pretty serious ending, but just all of it disgusts me. And my heart goes out to poor Lisa Marie, what she went through, and even Elvis, what he went through. Poor Elvis. Take care, guys. Love you all. See you soon.